Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This content is more just to give you a little more information about the variety of ways that we approach evaluation. You will not need to know this for the weekly activities, and you won't need to know it for the final exam. But I did want to share a little bit just to kind of maybe create a clearer picture of what evaluation does and what it looks like. So there's various different types of evaluation. We will see this a lot less in kinesiology and definitely a lot more in education and community health. Anytime you get a grant, for example, evaluation is involved to decide whether or not that grant was conducted the right way and whether or not you created the impacts. All grants want to see some type of impact, especially in education and community health. So, what we would do is we would measure to see if we met the goals and created some type of impact for that particular grant. So these evaluations take different approaches, different forms. The first is a needs assessment. Needs assessment is exactly what you're used to hearing it referred to. Needs assessment is where we go into a community to kind of see what resources they even need in the first place. We may go into a school to see what's needed in the school. Do they need something to help with? Is after school programming a big thing that they need there? Is there something that they need? Is it a music department that they need? An art course that they need? Do they need something to help with some type of learning assistance with those particular students? Perhaps we're doing a health needs assessment and we want to see what kind of things. Maybe I want to do some type of nutrition program in a particular community. I need to see what are the needs of people in that community. What do they think about nutrition? What's available to them? What are their concerns at this particular point in time, so that I can develop that program to meet their particular needs. Objective based evaluation, the second one here, is more what you would traditionally think of with evaluation, where you set forth your objectives, and this is more or less the model of evaluation I've been referring to today. You set the objective and then you measure to see if that program met that objective. Pretty straightforward. Utilization focused evaluation, and here are the authors in parentheses who are most closely aligned with these particular approaches. Utilization focused evaluation is interested in how the findings of that evaluation are used. So, are they used to inform future programming? Or are they used to improve current programming? Or are they shared at a legislative level so that we can have more discussions about what works and what doesn't work? Or they shared with the people who participated in the evaluation so that they have an idea and they're more informed about what's going on. Goal free evaluation is almost kind of like the opposite of this objective based evaluation here. Goal free evaluation is acknowledging the idea that there are unintended effects, so there are impacts that a program or an initiative. Whatever it is that we're doing will have that are outside the scope of what we originally intended, and there may be some merit to those. So, in the previous example that I gave you all about the literacy program that didn't really change literacy scores, if I was doing objective based evaluation, I would say it did not meet that objective of improving literacy scores significantly, therefore, the program did not work. If I was doing goal free evaluation, which is what we were doing, we would look to see that yes, it didn't, that wasn't something that was accomplished, but we also went in and asked people about what are some of the other impacts that this program has had. And we found that it had that impact on increasing attendance and decreasing issues after school for these kids, that it increased their participation in homework activities. So, maybe in the future that particular program would take on a different form to embody those particular goals, since that's where it's succeeding. So goal free evaluation is just kind of looking for those impacts in general. Empowerment evaluation and collaborative participatory evaluation, they come from two related but different authors. They both work in with a similar mindset approach to this. Empowerment evaluation seeks to encourage people to kind of conduct the evaluation themselves. So when we teach this class on ground, we do an example of this, but it's typically done in international context by Fetterman here. He still does this work. and it kind of teaches people in international context on how to kind of almost conduct the evaluation themselves. So they share the information, they play a very significant role in that evaluation. The goal of it being to empower those participants. Collaborative participatory is very similar. It is a little bit more broad, and collaborative and participatory evaluation and collaborative participatory research, where our participants are collaborating and participating with us in that process. We're not just going collect data from them and leaving. They're working with us through the evaluation. Is really a big topic right now in education to a certain degree, but definitely in community health, promoting communities to participate in these evaluations. Developmental evaluation is looking on how we use evaluation to grow, and then transformative evaluation is using that transformational paradigm from the beginning, the transformative paradigm of really focusing on issues of social justice and making sure that there's a social justice focus or some type of improvement in something in some issue that is disproportionately affecting a particular population. A lot of feminist evaluators or queer theory evaluators or critical race theory informed evaluators will use a transformative evaluation approach, which is developed and presented by Mertens, who also wrote one of our textbooks. So again, you don't need to be able to differentiate between these in our exam or in the weekly activities, but I did want to kind of just introduce you guys to these topics, and you may see some of them come up in your future courses, especially if you're in community health. And now you'll also know what they mean if in your work. Evaluation type things come up. You'll be a little more informed in those discussions. If you have any questions about these, as always, let me know. If not, I will see you in the next video.